Putting on an amazing show can be tough without the right props, but that's not a problem for the upcoming performance of La Traviata, thanks to their props maestro. KCTV5's Carolyn Long introduces us.
Oh yeah, it will be full.
Full of people throwing a party. This is where the Lyric Opera will rehearse the party scene for the upcoming show, La Traviata.
In the background, then, all the chorus people will be as partygoers. They'll be taking bits of pieces of food.
But they need to beware before they take a bite.
We've designated particular spots where they can eat food off, so they don't grab a foam cupcake.
It's hard to tell the real food from the fake. That's the way it is with just about all of the Lyric's props. And that's thanks to Deb Morgan, the opera's prop master. She can work her magic with more than just food. She can come up with a classic book collection even.
So this is actually Photoshop cover and printed out to make it look like it's older, but it's really a romance novel. But we just glue them right onto the outside here.
She's also a big collector. The opera has 6,000 square feet of storage space in this room, and Deb has no trouble filling it.
I hit all the antique malls, the flea markets, garage sales, sometimes estate sales, eBay, Craigslist.
Once she gets everything, she has to make it all user-friendly.
So this is Violetta's necklace, and we want to make it so it can pull right off of her. So we use a lot of Velcro.
She does carpentry, upholstery, a little bit of everything. In the end, it is the attention to detail that make a show come together.
We have champagne buckets, and the really easy thing to make it sound like you have ice in there, but there isn't, is bubble wrap. Yay!
Carolyn Long, KCTV5 News.
What a cool look behind the scenes. The opening day of the Lyric Opera season starts 1 week from today, and Deborah Sandler, the General Director and CEO at Lyric Opera of Kansas City, is here with me this morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having us.
What a cool look behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
You said during the story it really is magic and make-believe back there.
Right. We have our own opera center. Some people may be a little bit confused and think that everything comes from the Kaufman Center. The Kaufman Center is the venue that we perform the opera in.
Right.
After we have prepared it in our own Lyric Opera Center.
I see.
The Richard J. Stern Lyric Opera Center. It's comprised of 2 buildings.
Okay.
One building houses our administrative space and has 12,000 feet of storage for all of our scenery that has been built. Okay. And the other space is virtually an opera factory.
Wow.
It's an enormous room. It's an enormous building. This has a rehearsal space. And the rehearsal space is the same footprint of the Kaufman stage. That's a lot of area. And we have a paint shop, and we have a carpentry shop, and we have a prop shop, and we have a wig and makeup shop, and we have a costume shop. So when I say it's a factory, it is indeed a factory. And that houses the area that Deb Morgan, our props maestro or mistress, was working in that you just saw in the earlier clip.
And then you have to take all of that and transport it to the Kaufman.
We pack it up.
Okay.
We have in our our facility is located at 18th and Charlotte, and if you drive to 18th and Charlotte, the first thing you see are what look like 3 enormous glass garage doors. And we load things through those doors, out through those doors into trucks and over to the Kaufman Center.
Wow, that's incredible
So
work.
there are props and there are costumes, and it's a big undertaking.
Okay, so let's talk about the opera.
Absolutely.
The opening day is a week from today.
Correct.
And I think a lot of people don't give it a chance, right? Tell me a little bit about why you think everybody should give it a chance. I mean, we have some talent here in Kansas City.
We have talent, and when we mount an opera, which is we created organically from the bottom up. So we make use of the very fine talent that we have in Kansas City, and you see those people's work through some of the artisans that we employ. Sure. And our chorus is made up of local Kansas City musicians. Our principal artists come to us from all over the country, and some of them even from all over the world. Wow. So it's a mixing of the best of international talent and our local talent.
At a world-class venue.
At a world-class venue.
How has that changed the Lyric Opera, being able to do it at the Kaufman Performing Arts Center?
I think it's a world of difference. It's a much bigger theater. It's a state-of-the-art theater. It's a different experience for the people who come, and I think that all of the resident arts organizations would attest to the notion that the bar has been raised, and we want to run out and grab that bar. You asked me about Traviata and whether that is, you know, a show that people should come to, and if we can just dial back a little bit and remember the movie Pretty Woman.
Yep.
Well, in Pretty Woman, which has a lot of similarities to the story of Traviata, I mean, you have Vivian and you have Violetta.
Okay.
And she is a very high-class courtesan. I don't know if we would call the Vivian character a high-class courtesan. Nonetheless, they meet women, and in the 20th century, she lives happily ever after. But alas, in Verdi's time, he did not write happy stories. But he was a great man of the theater. And if you remember, Richard Gere's character takes Vivian to the opera, and they're seeing Traviata. And he says to her, "You will see this and you will fall in love with it."
That's a great tie-in.
It's her first opera, and she becomes in love with it. And you know, people need to give it a chance. Because, and this is a wonderful first opera to come see.
Okay, next Saturday. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Everybody come.
Yes, that's right.